Looking for clarity, guidance, and insight? Join Online Insights with Bob the Psychic every Monday at 7 p.m. MST. Bob brings through powerful, intuitive messages, tarot readings, and mediumship to help you gain clarity in love, career, family, and your life path. With warmth, humor, and heart, Bob connects directly to your energy, offering validation, hope, and guidance to help you move forward with confidence and purpose. Sign up on Eventbrite for your own live reading or tune in for free on Soul Search TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Online Insights with Bob the Psychic, Mondays at 7 p.m. MST. Clarity, connection, and confidence from the comfort of your home. Only on Soul Search TV.
Recording in progress.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the third episode of Online Insights with Bob the Psychic. I am Bob the Psychic. I am a psychic, a tarot card reader, angel card reader, medium. I'm a medium and so much more. I'm located in Phoenix, Arizona. My website is bobthepsychic.com. I urge you to go visit that. I do readings over Zoom or in person. So wherever you are in the country or the world, I can talk to you. I've got clients all over the place. In the next hour, I'm going to be doing readings for people who have signed up to see me. You can still sign up. There's time. You can do Eventbrite. There should be information on your screen as to how to do that. If not, put it in the group chat and someone from Soul Search will be able to help you with that. Before we get started, though, I just want to do a channel message from my guides. My guides are named the Jeromes. There is 9 of them. Jerome is my middle name. And so when I ask in my head, who do I hear from? Because I'm clairaudient, that's who they say they are. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. Then we'll go ahead and answer some questions from people who have paid or signed up for a reading, and we'll just kind of see how it goes from there. For those of you who are signed up for a reading, ask whatever you want, and I'll talk a little bit about my technique or how I do that when we get to that part. But let's go ahead and start first with the first channel message. By the way, I read with my eyes closed, so that's why I got my eyes closed, so here we go. There are so many of you out there who are wondering, wondering what it is you are watching and wondering what it is you are hearing. And we want to say to you that you are at the right place at the right time. And if you have never seen anything like this or experienced something like this, this is a reminder to let you know that you are not alone, that there are guides and angels and spirits around every one of the humans, giving you messages, helping keep you on track, and then delivering to you the things that you wish to manifest, the happiness in your life, the relationships, the job, whatever that is, whatever that means to you. At the same time, we know that many of you are in a place of pain or sorrow, wondering why some of these things are happening, wondering what is coming next. And that's another good reason to be here, because through us and the one that we channel through, we'll be able to give you the answers or the solution or the direction that you may be seeking. Now, know that some of the answers we give will not be as specific as you like, and that is on purpose, because we know that in many cases that if we give the exact specific answer, it will shorten your vision or your horizon, and you will only be looking for that one thing, when sometimes your energy changes and the universe wishes to give you more, much more than you could have ever dreamed of. So we want you to keep an open mind, keep an open spirit, and if you wish to connect, please, this is the time to do that. Okay, so when I do that, I have no idea what I said. And you probably recognize that because I think I sound different. I know I talk faster and I am a fast talker, so I will try to keep it slow. Okay, before we start, one general announcement. So my gift is that I'm very intuitive and I hear stuff about people. I don't ask any questions as a rule, but if I ask you one, I'm going to put the answer in the question. The other thing I tell people is that I read with my eyes closed. So when I'm giving you a message or doing that for you, I'm not even looking at you. And feel free to ask whatever it is you want. I believe my first person is going to be Gail. So Gail, go ahead and turn on your camera and you can unmute. And we will go ahead to see whatever it is I can do to help you. Gail, are you there? Let me see if I can tap on her somehow. There we go. I think you saw me. Hi, go ahead and unmute. No worries. Yeah, I can't hear you. You got to unmute there. So look so if you're on your computer, on the left-hand side, near where you turned on the camera, there might be a button that says mute. You want to click on that so you can turn your microphone on. It's going to be on the lower left side of your screen. Yeah, I can't. And I'm not a good lip reader, so I can't. It's not working. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's do this. Let me think. How else can we? Do you have access? There we go. Now it's working. Perfect. Okay, Gail, well, welcome. You're the first one. We got that taken care of. So what part of the country are you zooming in from? Where are you located?
I'm in Inglewood, Inglewood.
Okay, I grew up in West LA. So
You're
there you go.
kidding. Oh, yeah. This is, yeah.
Long time ago.
SoFi and Intuit and the New Dome.
Yes. Well, so when I was there, it was, the Fabulous Forum. Is that even still there?
Walking distance from me, right here.
Is that this? Is it called SoFi now? Is that what's called SoFi?
SoFi is the new major Rams.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. So
then there's the Clippers Stadium, which is the Intuit Dome, which is right down the street here, and the incredible Cosm, which is where the walls are a picture screen. It's amazing over here now.
Wow. Okay.
You got to come to Inglewood.
Gotta come to Inglewood and check it out. Yeah, I remember I went and saw Michael Jackson way back.
Oh my God. Yeah. Back
so
in
that
the
lets
day.
you know how old I am. So
well, I'm older than you. Right.
You're probably right with me. Okay. How can I help you? What would you like to know?
Okay. I would like to know how I could get my children to forgive me for not being the best parent they thought I should have been.
Well, so I got a bunch of voices coming in on that. First of all, you're not going to be able to get them to forgive you. So there's two different schools. We're going to go down two different tracks. So we'll do you first.
Okay.
So for you, I want to say that what I'm hearing is whatever you did was the best that you could do at the time. And there's really no reason for you to, it's easy for me to say, like beat yourself up about it. And that forgiveness and forgiving yourself for whatever it is you thought you should have done that you didn't do or whatever that's all about will really help lighten your load and make you feel more complete in a way. Because when you look back at the situation, you really did everything that you could. And there really wasn't anything else that you could do given whatever was going on around you at the time. And I don't know what that was, but I can tell you just from what I'm hearing. Then as for your children, you know, this is about, there's like two sides of the street. So I just did your side. Now we'll do theirs.
Okay.
They need to do that themselves. Like they can't be manipulated into like forgiving you, because even if you get them to say, you know, I forgive you, whatever that is, you don't really know if it's sincere or not. And really this is about their own like inner child work and their own like divine essence work, and really learning to forgive themselves and then forgive you for the situation. Like they should understand, that you did everything you could at the time, and that was all that you could do. And if they didn't get what they wanted or needed or whatever, okay, so now you're an adult and you can go and figure out how to get like help with that in some ways. So one of the things I would say, if they're really wanting to do that kind of work, I'm involved with a place here in Arizona. It's in Wickenburg. It's called The Meadows. I talk about it every day, so it's kind of not ironic that the first person I'm talking about. So The Meadows is a world famous rehab. But you're not going there for the rehab piece, but you are going to consider going there for something that they teach called survivors. So they have an outpatient like area where you go to Wickenburg for 5 days, and survivors is about healing childhood trauma 0 to 18. Wow. And they go through an extensive procedure. I have done it. It changed my life, and that's why I talk about them all the time. So
amazing.
If your kids want to go, awesome. If you want to go, even better, because it'll help you release whatever happened to you that you brought into the relationship with your kids because you didn't know any better.
Right.
So I want to say the best thing I'm hearing is you're perfectly fine just the way you are. You're perfectly imperfect. So there's really not much you can do to change them. That's on their side of the street. And I feel like just so long, in my head, you keep your side of the street clean by what I just talked about. And I feel like you're already doing it.
Yes.
That's kind of the answer. It's not like I'm able to draw cards and say, oh, you know, next Thursday, they're going to call you up and say, no.
No.
I mean, that would be fun, but probably not.
No, but thank you. That's spot on. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. And seriously, so if you look up
The Meadows sounds wonderful.
The Meadows Survivors, They do it 50 weeks a year. And they sell it out all the time.
Wow.
So if you're in California, you could drive here, or you could fly to Sky Harbor, which is the airport in Phoenix, and they will drive you up there.
Phoenix, Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Arizona. It's priceless. Whatever the charge is, I'm getting the chills. It is priceless, and I cannot say enough great things about that and all the other things they do.
I would take.
Would you like me to draw cards for you though, or something like that? Are you interested in a message? Let me use these.
Yes.
So this deck is called Zebu Angelic Symbols. So there was a woman here in town, and she was meditating, and she got these symbols, and then she kind of asked what they meant, and I use it at the end of all my sessions because it always matches like what we talked about. In this case, we did talk about things, but not really like, well, we did. Let's just see what it says. So the way I pick them is whichever one doesn't fit is kind of the way I do it, and then I tap to see like where it belongs. And so there we go. I think that's, yeah, hold on. Oh, you know what? We'll do two more. That one. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay. Here we go. So let me show it to you real quick, and then we'll see what happens. It is that one. Hey, it worked. Yay. Okay, so the way this layout works, I know it looks like a mess, but it really makes sense. This card down here is your feet. Can you see it? You can. That one up there is your head. This is where we are. That's where we're going.
Okay.
So in your feet, your foundation, you are taking time for reflection and seeing your vast resources of wisdom within. That's your self-knowledge.
Yes.
In your head, like your thought process, is you're sharing your internal richness by expressing kindness and gratitude. So we were talking about your kids and that whole like forgiving you. You already have the prosperity around you. I feel like this is one little piece you're looking for. But when I go through the next ones, you're going to see how they kind of match what we talked about. So the first one says, can you see it? Oh, it's
evolution.
Backwards. That's okay. I wonder why it's backwards. I don't know. It's evolution, which is on my right. Evolution says, I celebrate expansion of my soul as I continue to evolve. The next one over says buoyancy. I embrace the positive with love and gratitude by floating above lower vibrational energies. The next one says, I illuminate my life with an unending belief in goodness and beauty of all experiences because you're very flexible. It says, I release rigidity as I flow with ease into the new. And then the last two say that you're open to the natural flow of abundance and that you're having a great illumination, that you're confident as you move forward on your path, brightened by the presence of angels. So when I was talking about you taking care of your side of the street and doing all that, that's exactly what, that's kind of what that thing said.
That's wonderful. That is really wonderful.
Thank you. If you want to know more about me, go visit my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. The only reason I'm bringing it up is I am doing a Black Friday special. So normally my 30-minute readings are $150, but I'm doing them for $100 on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. If you go to the website, you cannot miss the little thingamajig that you can sign
Wednesday,
up for that. Friday, and Saturday.
Saturdays. Okay.
30 minutes on Zoom.
30 minutes. And does it make any difference what time?
You get to pick the time.
Oh, okay. Great.
So when you're on the website, make sure when it asks like what time zone you're in, put it Pacific. Because right now, Arizona, we don't know how to change clocks here. So it's an hour later. It's 7:12.
Right. Oh, thank you so much. This was
You're welcome. My pleasure. Come back and visit again. I really enjoyed talking to you.
I will, and I'll definitely get my 30-minute talk. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you so very much.
You are welcome. All right, Curtis, you are the next. Come on down. And then Gail, you can hide and mute. Curtis. Hi, how are you? Unmute. There we go. Hi, how are you?
There we go. Hi, Bob.
Hi, how are you? So where are you zooming in from?
I am in Marin, California.
Okay, great. I've been up there too. All right, how can I help you? What would you like to know? Let me just give you some stuff first. Sure. You're in a great place in your life. There have been so many positive changes popping up around you that the universe is telling me that you're really in a great place to like accept the abundance and really do more with it. Some of it might be shocking in a way, like whatever you've been manifesting, but truly what you're learning is your own personal power and your own ability to stand up for yourself and declare authority in your life. And you are supposed to continue doing this without even thinking twice about it, definitely the rest of this year and into next year. And I think the other last part I got is this has something to do with something that happened in 2024. So if 2025, this year, is the year where you like stood up and had all these changes happen, that's what I'm hearing. So did any of that make sense?
It does. So yeah, I've been on this really interesting journey for the last couple of years. Most of my career has been in software, and I got laid off at the end of 23, and then just was unable to find work like a lot of people. So I've had to kind of zigzag my way through and find different things to do. And I kept kind of repeating this cycle of just, oh, I'm just barely making it, and trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do with all these accumulated skills and talents that I've built out of the software industry. And I figured out part of it, and the other part just seems to be kind of not manifesting completely. But towards the end of just very recently, I felt this incredible things have manifested along the way. I don't want to say that's not happening, but not in a way that's really lifting me forward to the next place. But I felt this incredible peace and calm in the last couple weeks with absolutely nothing in terms of like, oh, that's because this is happening and that's giving me the feedback. Just this calm that has no rational reason to be calm, because it's still got chaos around me, but I feel calm about it.
Well, what I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, what I'm hearing in my head, a lot of this has to do with the Mercury retrograde that's going on. I know it ends, I think, in 2 weeks, and I can't wait for it to be over. But it's also like been especially hard for certain signs. And if you're one of those, see if I can remember what they are: Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, and I think Aquarius. If you're one of them, this has been especially hard because of it's about communication and change. The other thing that's going on right now, which might be why you're feeling calm, is a lot of us are wrapping up either a 3 or a 9-year cycle. So that means that we're clearing up everything from like 3 or 9 years ago so that we don't carry it into the next 9-year cycle, which I believe starts in January. That's according to my shaman psychic friend. So if that makes sense to you, that might be why you're feeling the calm, because I do feel as though you have done so much like amazing stuff that now you're kind of like cruising in some way. Also, something else I heard. So when you were talking about your job in the software world and that it went away, yeah, I got that was you were done anyways, that you were kind of done doing that, and that really it's the best thing that could have ever happened to you, because you're going to be able to use have you started it yet? I think you have. I want to say you're going to use those skills to create something even like bigger and better than what you had before. I don't feel like it's fully been revealed yet, because I feel like that's coming in. They're saying like March, April of next year. So right now, I feel like you're supposed to be, like nurturing yourself in some way, which might be why you feel calm and like, oh, okay, I'm doing okay. Because I really feel like that's kind of what the message is, because there was so much turbulence around you. Yeah, I got like 2023 and 24. Of course, full disclosure, you said you lost your job in the end of 24. So that makes
23
sense.
actually.
Oh, 23? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so so what you said earlier is completely accurate. The last 3 years have been the most there's other stuff going on, not to interrupt you, but the other thing that's going on is I've been estranged from my son for the last year, and it's I'm not going to get into all the details. It was a very calculated thing by my ex-wife, and he's older, in his older 20s, but he had epilepsy starting at 2 and really only stopped having seizures in his early 20s. And this has been a manipulation thing that's been going on for a very long time. And once he got past 21, she was able to really assert herself. And I would say that 95% of the time, I'm not going into those low level feelings of like anger and like, I'm really doing well with that. But it's also, there's times where it's like, what is this? Every parent has a closeness with their child. When you have a child that has special needs, you really bond with them, and to have that just kind of go away, it has been just a huge
So,
thing.
yeah. So what I heard on that, I feel like he's going to come back around. I
Yeah.
don't feel like the estrangement is permanent. I'm hearing it's going to come back around. They said in 2028. Hold on, is it when he's 28 or in 2028? when he turns 28. So what's significant about that is there's something called Saturn return. It's 0 to 27, then 28 to 54, and then like 55 and up. And the idea is that it takes Saturn 27 years to bop around the universe, and that's one chapter in our life. So I feel like when he gets to the end of that first chapter, he's going to reach out to you. Because one of the things I feel like that your ex-wife might be saying, I'm not a doctor, so let me just throw that out there. I feel like somehow she might have him convinced that being around you causes the seizures. And I feel like that's 100% not true, but something like told me that that might be what she's doing as part of the manipulation. But I feel like he's going to figure it out. And the other thing I heard, that when you said he stopped having the seizures around 2021, it was like his brain chemistry changed, or something shifted that way, and that's what stopped the seizures. Because I know that as we're growing, I don't think our brains fully finish till we're 25, 26, something like that. And that might be one of the things that's happening for him. But I definitely got that there was a brain chemistry shift or change for him that was why the seizure stopped. It's not a permanent thing. And I feel like the best thing you're doing, what I'm hearing, is exactly what you're doing, like not going down to that lower vibration and getting involved with her. Your ex she's bitter and angry and pissed off, and just, I mean, in my head, I have my eyes closed and she's just throwing a temper tantrum.
Yes.
And I feel like that's kind of the only thing that she can do to try to zing you or get you, is by manipulating your son. And that's what she's doing. I don't know if I need to be a psychic to say that, but that's what I'm hearing. But I do definitely get that you're like riding like the high, and like what I was talking to Gail about, like keeping your side of the street clean, your side is clean. So if that helps you in any way. So though, in terms of the job thing around you, I still feel as though it is still growing. Like you said, it hasn't really, blossomed the way you want to. I got that it's coming though. I feel like there's going to be something in February of next year, February, March of next year, and that's when everything will be, be better. But they're telling me like, December, January, like tell them to go on vacation. I mean, so I don't know if that's really go on vacation, but maybe it is just about that calmness around you, and like not having work and doing, some more spiritual stuff. Like I'm hearing in my head, tell them to go to Sedona. So whatever that means to you, I know you're in Marin, but I know there are places there that are like that. Like, I don't know if there's some place in the Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it's probably more of a frame of mind, because I'm not in a financial position to do that, but I'm trying to keep my frame of mind where it's like, because I feel exactly what you're saying, that's exactly what I've felt too, is like early springish, that things are going to kind of start to open up, and that it's an exercise for me. I don't know what you're feeling about this, but it's an exercise in me to know I don't have everything I want, but I have everything I need, and I need to be and I'm being taken care of. It might not feel like comfortable at times, but I'm here and I'm doing I've been able to keep
kind of
my
like,
house and my car.
One of the things I was talking about the meadows a second ago, one of the things that was in that class that I talked about was also the phrase comfortably uncomfortable. And that's kind of where you're at. And it's not meant in a negative way. Sometimes they were using it as like a negative thing. Like if you were in a toxic situation and it felt comfortable, well, that's comfortably uncomfortable. But I don't get that that's what it is for you. But you are comfortable, but you're uncomfortable in that there's more coming. And I just feel like the gates are like ready to like pop open. And I feel like the universe is giving, what I'm hearing in my head, like the universe is giving you a break, especially from whatever 2024, whatever that was. Like you're still like recovering from that in some way, because I feel like not only was it a shock, but what they're showing is like a tornado, like with you going down, like being like sucked down just from all the like, whoa, I had the wool pulled out from under me. And I just feel like that your ex might have taken advantage of that when she was talking or manipulating or whatever with your son, because there's definitely something going on there. And I do feel like she's not going to get what she thinks she's going to get. It's just not going to work out. So if that makes sense.
It does. It does. And it feels right too.
Yeah. Other questions? If there's something else I can answer, and then I'm happy to draw a few cards for you.
That would be great.
All right, let's see here. Hold on a second. My timer is going crazy there. There we go. All right, let's see. So this is John Holland's Psychic Tarot of the Heart. That was the deck I was drawn to. So it's going to be backwards. I don't know why it's backwards when I'm doing that. So we'll have to figure that out. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, perfect. This one goes here. This one. It's that one. And this one This one, that one, no, this one. Oh, perfect. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to change the camera, and if we can, hopefully it won't look too crazy. It's that one. Okay. It is definitely backwards, and I don't know how to fix that, but we'll figure it out for next time. All right, here we go. So this one is your feet, believe and succeed. In your head, that one says just breathe. This is where we're at. That's where we're going. So in your feet, in your foundation, this believe and succeed, this is about like believing in yourself and having the confidence to know that you're moving forward with great success. What's interesting about that is in your head, you remember you said you felt like that sense of calm and you weren't really sure where it's coming from. It could be because you're just breathing, like just taking a break from all the drama that's been going on around you. This part is not, there's not a lot of drama in this at all. It is interesting that it ends by moving on, but it is like the story of how you're really learning to love yourself. So where we are right now, this one, Simply Love, this is about loving yourself and giving yourself all of the love and kindness you need. It's kind of interesting. There's a little boy in the picture too. As you start loving yourself, so there's two kind of rows to the story. The first one is the trust card. That is like the Fool card in the tarot deck. So this is taking a leap of faith and trusting yourself and new beginnings and starting a new chapter. And that if you didn't have, any titles or responsibilities before, who would you be? Well, what you're being is you're detaching from that and you're kind of setting yourself free. This is kind of like the Tower card in the tarot deck. So the idea is that if it was the Tower, like this thing falls down and rebuilds into something different. This character is like rebuilding her life. Like there's the snowy part, but there's a new season, new birth coming with the bird flying away. It's going to give you a great sense of balance. That's what's kind of going on around you now, because you're also seeking. This is like seeking the connection with the universe, seeking new information. I feel like it's also the journey you're on, like you're seeking something new, allowing the universe to speak with you. And now that you're kind of doing all that, this kind of could be the break over here. You're resting and reconsidering. This is about taking a break. The character right there is writing in his diary as the white light from the universe comes down to him, kind of noticing the changes around him. And when that happens, oh, look, coming together, this is like loving, well, I want to say this is a partner or loving sister. Is this your son? It is. They're telling you this is like your son. So coming together, and the card has a 2 in it. That's about partnerships in some way. So there is a new partnership coming. You've been doing a lot of review or thinking about it. This could feel like it is most likely about your son, but you're ready to take the lead now, which is what you're already doing. Like when you said you're not going down to that lower vibration, that you're staying like high up with yourself. Yeah, the lead card is about stepping into the shadow, into the light. You have the scroll right there. That's the Akashic record. So that's the contract we have like with the universe. And after you do all that, look at this. You're ready to move on. And the idea of the move on card is this water right there. That's all the drama and that's been around you, but you're not in it anymore. You're moving on. You're moving away from it. I feel like this is the story going into next year in 2026. And that's what's going to give you the more healing that you're looking for. This healing card, they're telling you this is like the last half of next year. I don't feel like you're messed up now and you need all this healing and all that stuff. I don't feel like that's it, but I do feel like whatever this healing thing is, it's coming like the last half of next year.
Okay.
Did that make sense? Questions about that?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because you're ready to shine and have your heart be open and do all that. So I want to say, like in summary, you're really like doing all of the right things. And there really isn't anything else I would say or that I'm hearing that you need to do that's different than what you're doing right now.
Awesome.
So other questions, anything else I can answer for you? And then we'll go on to Carol.
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Don't forget to visit my website too. Carol will be next. The fourth person hasn't entered. Okay. Oh, I'm reading the notes from the producer who's giving me notes. Hey, Gail, if you have another question after Carol, I will come back to you. So be thinking over there. All right, Gail, I'm all ready. How can I help you? Hi.
Oh, did you say Carol or Gail?
Carol, yes.
Okay, okay.
Where are you zooming in from?
I am in Winters, California right now, visiting my sister's house. So if you hear some sound in the background, it's everybody enjoying.
Where's Winters? I grew up in California. I'm not sure where that is.
Winters is right by Davis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all really pretty, right on the stream where the salmon are spawning, and it's been really amazing. So,
wow. Okay,
my question is, I have a lawsuit against. It's a labor commissioner case against my bosses that I worked for in 2020. I worked for them for 16 years, and we were pretty good friends, but they were doing some shifty things with the billing, with the paying me, and they still owe me like 7 paychecks. It's been a real mess, like with like they didn't pay taxes, they didn't pay my 401k. There's a lot of different aspects to it. I'm just trying to get my W-2 corrected and to settle this case once and for all. But my boss, one of them is dying, and she's the one that's kind of like more grounded in reality and
Yes.
more honest. The other one is kind of like very
Stubborn.
shifty, and like he's a staller. He's bringing up things that don't matter to try to push my buttons. I'm just wondering, do I need an attorney for this? And also how to deal with this kind of behavior. I'm trying to, I've been self-representing.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's what I heard. So on the attorney question, I heard yes, because I feel like that the attorney is so that way when the person who's being the stubborn one, that one, the zings and all that go to the attorney. So it's kind of like filtered by the time it gets to you. But I do feel like getting an attorney will, I want to say like scare them straight in some ways, like that you're serious about this and they need to stop like lollygagging around. I do feel like it might drag on another year because I heard like 2027, but I also feel, and I feel like the person who's sick, how sick is she? Is it possible?
She's got stage 4 colon cancer and she's like near the end.
Yes. Okay. Because I got that she is near the end.
They told me that they said that the case is going to be heard in December. So I don't understand how it can go another year, but maybe that might take them a year to pay me or something.
Settlement or something is going to be heard in December. I do feel like it's going to be heard in December. I agree with you like that, but they kept saying it's not going to be over till 2027. So I don't know if that means it takes him a year to do whatever he's supposed to do or whatever that is. I do feel like one of the things that is going to happen somehow is the person who is ill might write a statement or do some kind of statement to clear it up and say that, basically saying, yeah, you're right, we did this, something to that effect, and that statement would be the thing that would push the other person like over the edge, like, okay, we need to go do that. So, however, I don't know if that's already happened or if it's something you can arrange or if she would even do that. But I do feel like that's one of the things kind of like on the list is what I'm hearing. It looks like some kind of letter. It looks like it's notarized or however they do it when someone's ill, so they know that they're like of right mind and all that stuff. But I feel like once that happens, that really kind of gets things going quicker so that the other person doesn't keep hemming and hawing and like stalling around.
And it's really not like he's really being nasty. Like it's just, there's no reason for it. I worked for them for 16 years. It's not like, I stayed late with them to try to help them. It's just ridiculous.
I feel like he's doing it just to do it.
I know.
Yeah. And so that's why I feel like getting the attorney as the buffer might make it easier for you. Because I do feel like you're someone who is very grounded. You have very strong boundaries. I feel like you've got like crystals and stuff all around you protecting you.
That's true.
It is wearing on you because I can see how like the energy comes and it bounces off that thing and your boundaries go like this and boosh, it goes away. But I do feel like you're kind of like over it. And so the attorney idea, I would shop around and see, because I don't feel like there's a lot for this attorney to do. Basically, they're just kind of like, I want to say acting as the go-between between this guy. And I also feel like that in terms of like paying for the attorney, that the others, like whoever, when you win, that you get court like legal fees, like they will end up paying for it. Okay. So that way it's not, it's not that much. It might be an expense like upfront because I'll probably want a retainer or whatever that is. But I do feel like it is worth getting that just for like your own sanity. Because like I said, I do feel like it's just grating on you. And he's just like doing it to do it is what I get. Because in my head, I'm hearing he knows he's wrong. They know they made the mistake. So and just like go and fix it. And it's not like it's kind of like what I'm hearing is they don't feel like there's a penalty if they keep delaying, and somehow there needs to be a penalty imposed, like you need to be held accountable for what it is that you did.
Yeah, he keeps lying and lying, just like making up stories and making like these half-truth stories where it's like, oh, but you went to India, and like trying to make it sound like I was like so bad when it was an agreement we had, and it was all set ahead and everything, like nothing big deal. But
I feel like the statement that I was talking about from the other person might have stuff about what you just said, like in it. Like with all of the half truths that she could, you know, do a statement that says, okay, none of that's true, or however you do something like that. I feel like that's kind of what needs to happen. I mean, I do feel like she almost has to turn on him. But at this point, what I'm hearing in my head is like, yeah, that's like it's like at the last straw. Like he didn't need to do it this way. I mean, I feel like there was dispute over 2 or 5. Okay, something about 5. Okay, so there's like, if there's 7 paychecks, there's a group of 5 and there's a group of 2. So for the group of 5, is that the one in dispute or the other one?
There's 6 paychecks that were for 1 year and 1 paycheck that was for the year previous. So one's for 2019 and then the rest are for 2020.
Okay, so the one for 2000 I feel like the ones that they're really, the one for 2019, I feel like is right, or whatever that one is, because what I was hearing in my head is there's 2 groups. There's a group of 5 and then a group of 2. That the group of 5 is what they're really like fighting about, but the other 2, whatever those other 2 are, they know that they just need to pay those. So I'm not sure exactly how that works out with the way you just described it. I'm gonna guess it was like 2019 and maybe the first one in 2020 before, you know, the pandemic and all that shenanigan might be what this is about. But I do feel like that there's a statement or something coming from the other person that kind of sheds the light of truth on all of this, puts him in his place, and kind of hurries this thing up.
I do have I did have an attorney previously, and I had him write a declaration saying that he's not telling the truth and that he's stalling and he's doing all these things.
Yes, that's true.
So I have that already. I haven't given it to, you know, as part of the settlement thing yet because, you know, it's
I'm
not
hearing
time
it's like time and that you're going to do it in November. Oh, we're already in November. Like this is the month to do it.
Yeah. Oh, to get it from her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I feel like, you know, that he's, and I feel like her statement needs to include some of the specifics that he's brought up that are the half truths, like the India thing for sure. And whatever I feel like there might be 6 or 7 things.
Yeah.
Or whatever they are. I feel like that's what it needs to be like written in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel like there's a lawyer necessary. And I'm not sure, does she need to have a lawyer for this? Oh, I heard she might. And the only reason I feel like I'm hearing that is that way someone can't come back and say, oh, you know, your lawyer wrote this thing, so it's manipulated and it's all, you know what I mean?
So they're both lawyers and I'm not. So that's the thing. It's like 2 against 1.
Oh, they are already lawyers. Oh, so there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder he's doing this then. Yeah, because he can, because he thinks he's okay. That makes sense. Like that whole like greater than kind of thing going on in some way.
Yeah, I'm a healer, so it's really like, you know, making it harder for me to heal people when I have this going on in the background, you know, it's already been 5 years, so it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, because like oh wow, so I saw all of the crystals around you, and then I saw like the shield, and like it comes bouncing up on the shield and then bounces away. That's kind of funny. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and I do feel like, you know, that when you're that one of the things that needs to happen too is whenever there's like a confrontation or any kind of conversation with him, that you need to remember to do the healing energy on yourself. I'm going to guess you already do it, but I'm just supposed to remind you of that, to really dig deep and do all that work. Because I do feel like too, they're telling me that kind of work is exhausting. I get that. So that might be why some of this is. So having the lawyer as the intermediary so that they can't like get to you directly might be helpful in some way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Other questions? Is there something else I can help you with?
That was the main one. Also my business has been a little slow because of the economy, and just wondering if that's going to pick up.
Yeah, it's going to pick up. Yeah.
I had to today, but I mean, it's just.
Yeah, once this like darkness or whatever that's around you, I want to say lifts, that'll help too. But yeah, look at this. So hold on. Yep. Oh, here, let me just show you some of the cards I just got for you.
Oh my God, I just got my third eye just got blammed too. I don't know what that was about. But.
Could be, well, I was yawning before. Usually when I yawn, that's like me. Oh, but I was with Curtis, like receiving the energy from him. Okay, so the screen is backwards. So the one on my left is the Page of Swords, then the King of Swords, then the Death card. So the Page of Swords, this is about like stirring things up and new excitement around you, kind of like new ideas. And I feel like it's kind of youthful new ideas, the way the clouds right there are like new energy coming your way, because there's great like victory, success, joy. This character has just had, some Knight of Wands just had like a big celebration in some ways. And the one in the middle, the King of Swords, this is about your wisdom and speaking your truth and acting on your integrity. That's where you're at. And then of course you get to the Death card, which is like transformation and new beginnings. So this is just kind of telling me that it's going to work out. There's new beginnings coming because you are speaking your truth and you are like being truthful and acting on your wisdom, and the other person is going to help you in some way doing it. Because right now you're kind of burned out. You're kind of like, okay, no more thinking, I need to be in action. So that's what's creating all the energy around you. So one of them, oh, this is you, is the Tower. This is about the big shift that's coming with that you can't get out of the way of. But on the other half of this is the Queen of Pentacles. So she's very grounded, loves having kids and animals out there. The little rabbit right there is the nudge to keep you moving forward, because that's an act of like loving yourself and bringing joy into your life. Sometimes the Knight of Cups is like, cups are about emotions. This is like the romance character in the tarot deck. I feel like this is like loving yourself though. I don't feel like this is a new person coming into your life, but you are supposed to continue to follow your plan. That's the Three of Pentacles. So he's the home builder. They're the architects. They can't get the house without him. He can't get it without them. So it's kind of like, you know, that's kind of what's going on here. So I do feel like you're in a really good place in a lot of ways, but I do feel like the Lawyer would be a good thing. Let me just draw from the Zebu deck too. And then
I'm
Gail,
having such a hard time finding somebody because it's like it's such a specific area, you know, and I don't want to have somebody take 40% of all I've already done. Which
yeah, I agree
you know,
with you on that. So that's why I said about like, you know, shopping around. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's true. But because it is kind of like, yeah, I don't even know, because I'm hearing them had like general business, but I feel like it's more than that. So, oh, look at this. All right, so the three cards you got, the first one says faith. You're illuminating your life with an unending belief in the goodness and beauty of all experiences, that you're in a place of great integrity, that you're truthful and honest, and observe effortless positive interaction with others. And finally, unlimited abundance, that you're open to the natural flow of abundance all around you, and that you're also flexible. It's kind of interesting. I mixed the cards up, and these are similar to the ones I think that I had with Gail. So it is kind of interesting. You know, one of the things I didn't mention at the beginning of this is whenever I do a group session, even if there's only 3 of us, there's always a common theme between, you know, all of the people or what I talk about. And I feel like this thing is talking about that common theme in some ways.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Bob.
You're welcome. So I invite you to go check out my website. I'm having that Black Friday sale. The other thing that's going on there is I did a 2026 tarot guide. So if you're into tarot cards or you want that kind of guidance, I picked a card for every month and created a booklet. It has a channel message about the card, and then there's an affirmation. And then I did it in 2025 for this year, and people still to this day say, oh, wow, the card matched what happened in my life that month. So I highly recommend that. It's on the website. It's bobthepsychic.com.
Okay, thank you so much.
Great. Okay, so I still have plenty of time. Gail, do you have another question that I can answer for you? Are you there? Do you have a question? If not, I'm going to chit chat for the next 15 minutes, but let's see if Gail comes back. We'll wait a couple secs. Okay, so Gail's not there. That's okay. So let me go ahead. So as a psychic, you know, I use a bunch of different decks in my practice. So I think I'll spend a few moments talking about that. I'm going to talk about some of the specials going on my website, and then we'll do a collective message at the end, kind of like we did at the beginning, the channel message from the guide. So the main deck that I'm using right now tonight, this is it. It's the Rider-Waite style tarot deck. And in this deck, there are 4 different suits and something called the Major Arcana. So the 4 different suits, there are cups and wands, pentacles, and swords. Swords are about decisions, like things going on in our head. So we had the King of Swords pop up in one of the sessions. So the king has, you know, all of his great intelligence around him. He's speaking his truth. He's acting on his wisdom, that kind of thing. So that's what swords are. Cups are about emotions, like our connection to our heart and soul and the universe. The Ace of, I don't know, do we have any cups? We have the Knight of Cups, but one of my favorite cards is the Ace of Cups. So in the Ace of Cups, Cups. It's a picture of a cup and a hand holding it. And there's 5 streams of water coming out of the cup. And the water represents emotions and clarity. So if you were in a tarot reading and you got the Ace of Cups, it's about emotional clarity. And that the 5 streams of water coming out of the cup represent clearing the 5 senses, or the 5 chakras, the energy chakras in your life. So that's what emotions are. The next one is Pentacles. Pentacles are about abundance, house, job, car, money, material things. So in the Ace of Pentacles, it's a picture of a hand holding the coin. And that usually represents a new job opportunity, or maybe it's a new house or new money coming in. And then the King, the very end of it, that's about having a lot of nice things to share, having all the abundance you could ever want or ever could dream of. He's wearing a jacket that has like fruit and stuff on it because he's sharing his love and wealth with others. And then the last set is Wands. Wands are fire and passion and career. So in the Ace of Wands, it's a hand holding the wand out. That's all about like new ideas that you want to have, new ideas that you want to create in your life. So if you got the Ace of Wands in a tarot reading, that's what that would be. If you get the 2 of Wands, so now there's 2 wands standing there, or actually we'll do the 3. If you do the 3 of Wands, it's a picture of a guy holding 1 wand in his hand, and then there's 2 to the side. And the idea of that is that in the Ace of Wands, you have picked what it is you're really passionate about. When the 2 shows up, now you're going to partner with those wands, because 2s are always about partnerships. You're going to partner with them and try to work out a plan. And then the 3, which the guy's holding the wand and he's holding the world, and the 2 wands are over here. That's about partnering with the wands to create what it is you want. He's holding that other wand, that new passion around him. He's holding the world, meaning whatever it is he wants, he can create using, the world. It can be whatever it is he wants. So that's kind of the story of this deck. Coming out early next year, I actually have created my own tarot deck. It's Bob the Psychic's, what did I call it? The Clarity Tarot Deck, Awakening Your Soul. And what sets it apart from, say, the Rider-Waite deck is there's a question on every card. So like on the Fool card, which is the one that had the Trust card that came out in one of the readings, the Fool card is in the major arcana. Those are major shifts in our life. And the Fool is the first one. It's about taking a journey and taking a leap of faith and trusting yourself and new beginnings. In my Clarity Tarot deck, the Fool card, there's the picture of the Fool. I don't know why they call it the Fool, because I know that sounds condescending, but it really isn't. But it says, if you had no titles or nothing from your past, who would you be? Because the idea of the Fool card is that you're starting a brand new chapter all by yourself, and what it is that you really want to be. So in this deck that I created, you don't need to know how to read tarot cards. All you need to know is just pick them. And whichever one comes true for you, and people pick in all different ways. I showed you that I kind of mix them like this, and if whichever one doesn't fit, like I pull, like this one doesn't fit right now. This is the 3 of Pentacles. This one has come up before. The 3 of Pentacles is about planning. But at any rate, let me go back to my deck first. The idea is that you don't need to know what this card is about. You can just read the question, and you automatically get that sense of what it is you need to know, or what it is you need to ask yourself on this journey as you're moving forward. So for example, right now, the 3 of Pentacles came up for us. You know what? I'll just draw some cards for the collective, because that way, and then I can talk about them as we do it. So let me go switch over to that camera. Okay, so the 3 of Pentacles, this is all about planning. So this person is the home builder, and they're the architects. They can't get the house without him. He can't get it without them. So when the 3 of Pentacles comes up in a reading for you, that just means you're really following your plan of some sort, that there's a plan around you that you're working on. Now, these 2 cards that I just picked, when I lay it out like this, what it means is that this plan, these 2 cards are part of this plan. So part of it is going to be the Page of Swords, kind of like half of it. So in the Page of Swords, remember, swords I said was about the thought process and thinking. He is swirling this sword around, creating new energy around him. That's what the clouds are. He's kind of excited about this new thought process. He's really kind of learning new things as he goes. And one of the things that that's going to lead to is going to be the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups in this case is the romance character in the tarot deck. So in my own personal life, I am ready to meet a life partner. So if I am following my plan and stirring things up in a healthy way, here she is. She's going to show up. She's the Knight of Cups. So that's kind of how this thing works. And when that happens, oh, look, of course, you get the Knight of Wands. This is about joy and success and good luck and all those things. So again, this is kind of like a reading for me, but you can use it if you're watching this and that resonated with you. There you go. There's a message for you. There's one more. It's the bottom one. Yes, because when all this happens, the Queen of Pentacles, this is about being grounded. So she has her abundance here in her lap. She loves being outside with kids and nature. This is her little guardian angel right there on the chair. The rabbit is her reminder to move forward with love and confidence. And then the last one that wants to pop up, this card is, it's interesting how they're coming back up, even though I mixed them. I think I mixed them with my camera on. The Death card. So what's interesting about the Death card, this is not dying. This is about new beginnings and transformation around you. Like the past may be dead. And I feel like that might be why, as you see the horses, the white horses moving forward, and the characters over here that are well, they're laying on the ground as if they might not be alive, but they're really the past. And that the new comes from like connecting to your highest self, or being, I know it looks like a cardinal or a member of the clergy, but it really could be more about like spirituality. I don't believe that there's really religion per se in these cards. It's more of a spiritual thing. It's not about a specific belief, Judeo-Christian, whatever that is. It's not really about that. Let me see if there's another card that wants to pop up. How are we doing on time? Oh, I still have 10 minutes. So Gail, if you have another question, if you would like to ask one, I'm happy to stop and chat with you. I noticed you unmuted. Do you have a question?
I do, but I can't.
Turn your camera on. That's okay.
Yeah, it says that I've been. Oh, wait a minute. It says okay. Now I'm there.
All right. So you're back.
And I'm like,
I didn't scare you, so you came back. That's good.
Yeah, I was here all the time. My career as well. I'm a realtor, and it's been really crazy with the interest rates and everything. But since that's how I make my living, I'm wondering, is that going to get any better? Is anything going to change? Am I in the right direction?
So here's what I heard on that. So I actually, in Arizona, they have something called a designated broker. So there's all the agents, and then there's a designated broker above them that the Department of Real Estate talks to.
Right.
For many years, I was the designated broker for D.R. Horton. They are a new home builder.
Oh,
they're the
wow.
nation's largest new home builder. I'm pretty sure they're in California somewhere. I'm just not sure where. But at any rate, so I just got out of that about maybe it's 4 months ago. Because I do this full time, and it was just, anyways. But I do feel like that you're doing what I'm hearing about you is you're in the right place at the right time, that your joy is showing people like where they need to live, or how to like give them like the housing opportunity they never thought they could have. I feel like most of your clients would say to you like, oh, I didn't know I could afford that, or I didn't know this property was like that, or I didn't, like, you're really good at finding like that dream home for people.
Right,
so
right.
I do feel like you are doing the right thing. This is kind of like what you're called to do. Is it going to get easier? Yeah, my guides are saying it's going to be it's another year of whatever is going on now before it changes. I know in Arizona, there's a bunch of building going on. They're building apartments everywhere. I'm in a new home subdivision, and across the way, I think there's going to be like 1,000 homes over there. So they're trying to relieve the housing crunch that there is. But in the short run, is it going to really change? I feel like the answer is no, because I feel like inflation is still up there. It's not what we're being told. We'll just leave it at that. But I do feel like you're doing the right thing. I don't feel like you're going to get out of it. I do feel like, do you have a book to write about like your life story when you were in your like 40s maybe?
Wait, say that again.
You have a book to write about your life story like when you were in your 40s.
Oh my, yes. Absolutely. I've been writing a book in my head forever. So I'll be 78 next month.
Really? Okay, I would have not guessed that.
Yeah. Okay. I keep saying, okay, so you got to do this. It's called.
So make the book the project for next year. 2026 is here.
Okay.
Let that be your project, because I really feel like you have a great story to tell. And I feel like you're up on stage talking to people and motivating them, because you're very approachable. You're very friendly. I mean, I feel like great vibe there. So it's not like you're, you're in the right place.
Okay.
And I feel like the neighborhood or whatever area that you sell, you really like know and love and respect. And
Inglewood, right?
Yeah. So so you're doing everything right is what I'm getting. So write the book, because I heard it's about your story in the 40s while you were in your 40s, and I got that right. So
in the 40s, exactly. Yeah.
So there you go. So now I could be psychic. You can phone on the internet later. Okay, never mind. I
Thank
do have
you.
I have a bunch of dumb psychic jokes. I have yet to use them in this.
Okay, I'll take one.
But that'll be one. So, all right. So we still have a few minutes left. I have about 5 minutes left. Is there anything else I can help you with, Gail, before I set you free?
No, you've been absolutely a blessing. I just told, yeah, absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes about what I'm doing for Black Friday. So if you like what you saw here and you'd like to have a personal appointment with me, my website is right there on the screen. It's bobthepsychic.com. Go visit. So I've got a couple things going on there. One, on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, that's Black Friday, that whole thing, I'm doing 30-minute Zoom readings for $100. Now, normally they're $150 and I'm booked up all the time. So this is your chance to kind of cash in on a great Black Friday deal. It's 33% off. Wherever you are, we can Zoom. I record the session for you and then I send it to you. So then you can go back and watch it. And if you have a question, because I talk fast, you are welcome to email me. So I never do. It's a one-shot deal and yeah, don't talk to me again. Nope. I make people record me because I know I say crazy stuff. The other thing I have going on that I'm really proud of is I talked about my tarot deck, is the 2026 tarot guide. So that was a time I spent time channeling and picking cards. So I drew 12 cards for one for each month of next year. And then once I got the card, I channeled a message for it and got an affirmation from the guides. And now I've created this booklet that you can then buy for $20. You get the booklet, but the crazy part is I'm also giving away, when you buy the booklet, $80 in coupons for discount sessions. So every quarter, you will get an email with a discount code to take $20 off any session with me that you want to do. Plus, to make sure that the book really sticks with you and that you use it, 5 days before the new month begins, so like December 25th, January 25th, you will get the 4 pages of the next month. So that didn't explain that well. So in December, when you buy the book, you're going to get the whole thing. But then on December 25th, you're going to get the email with January's pages. So that way you can say, oh, this is the card for January. Wow, I just spit right there. Sorry. This is what I need to know. This is what I need to do. And so that'll go through the whole year. So those are the 2 major things I've got going on there. I do readings all over the place. I'm happy to do help you in any way. Let me see. I have one other thing to say. Okay, so for the transformation from 2025 to 2026, one of the things to notice, now Curtis mentioned how he was feeling kind of light or like not a lot of stress and stuff around him. That's because we're all wrapping up this 9 year cycle. I might have said 7, I think it's 9. But the point is we're wrapping it up and we don't want to carry whatever negativity was over the last 9, I think it's a 7-year cycle. 7, and then there's also a 3-year one ending. We don't want to carry that forward. So now, between now and the end of the year, this is really the time to release all that. Excuse me, and heal all those things and kind of clear that energy. If you need help with that, fun fact, I do a weekly thing with a energy healer in Sedona. She is the most amazing energy healer I have ever met, which is why I have teamed with her. So on my website, if you click the events tab and then click events, we're doing it 3 times in December. The first week of December on a Wednesday. The second week, well, we're doing it in person the second week. So if you live in the Phoenix metro area, you're welcome to show up. And then the third week, we're going to do it again over Zoom. But that would be something really to help clear some of this energy, give you like a new start, help you feel fresh in some way, because 2026 is going to be a big year. As you add those numbers up, how much is that add up? 6 and 2 is 8, and 2 is 10. So that makes it a number 1 year. So that's the start of something fresh. The number 10 is a super number when it comes to spirituality and what numerology is. I am not a numerologist, but I know that about the number 10. So that's why it's so important that we clear everything now so that the next year we have greater, white light, greater direction, greater like happiness moving forward. So I have about 1.5 minutes left. Let me just draw a couple cards really quick for the collective. Oh, let me do a channel message. Hold on, I said I would do that. So hold on, here we go. Oh, excuse me. The many of you that have come and been through this moment together have received the messages that you needed in some way, one way or the other. And even if the messages that you heard tonight do not seem to resonate as much as you thought they would, or you didn't recognize it at this moment, just continue to let it marinate and let it sink in as you realize the universe is there to help you. And it helps in very, very mysterious ways sometimes. Sometimes it will be very clear, as though it was for the three that he spoke to. But for the rest of you, it may not be exactly as clear as that. But know you got something that you needed, something that you needed to hear, something that you needed to feel, something that you needed to know. So as you move forward tonight, just continue to ask the universe to be around you, ask to be surrounded by the white light, and let the love of the universe carry you forward into the next year. Okay, so I have no idea what I said. So I think that's so weird. When I first started doing that, yeah, that's a whole other story. All right, there's about 30 seconds left. I want to thank all of you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. I know we're going to take a hiatus at some point in December. I'll be back in January. But until then, my name is Bob the Psychic. BobThePsychic.com is my website. I invite you to visit. Please take advantage of the Tarot Guidebook and of the reading special I'm doing. I promise it'll be priceless for you. Thank you, everybody. I will see you all again next week.
Looking for clarity, guidance, and insight? Join Online Insights with Bob the Psychic every Monday at 7 p.m. MST. Bob brings through powerful, intuitive messages, tarot readings, and mediumship to help you gain clarity in love, career, family, and your life path. With warmth, humor, and heart, Bob connects directly to your energy, offering validation, hope, and guidance to help you move forward with confidence and purpose. Sign up on Eventbrite for your own live reading, or tune in for free on Soul Search TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Online Insights with Bob the Psychic, Mondays at 7 p.m. MST. Clarity, connection, and confidence from the comfort of your home. Only on Soul Search TV.